Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10th, Chapter 89, titled Krishna and Arjuna Retrieve a Brahmana's Sons, text number 12. Shri Shuka Vacha Evam Bruvane Vaikunte Bhrugu Tat Mandraya Gira Nivritta Arpita Tushni Bhakti Utkantaha Ashru Lochanaha Shri Shuka Vacha Evam Bruvane Vaikunte Bhrugustad Mandraya Gira Nivritas Arpitas Tushnim Bhaktya Utkanto Shulochana Shri Shuka Vacha Evam Bruvane Vaikunte Bhrugustan Mandraya Gira Nivritas Arpitas Tushnim Bhaktya Utkanto Shulochana Shri Shuka Vacha Evam Bruvane Vaikunte Bhrugustan Mandraya Gira Nivritas Arpitas Tushnim Bhaktya Utkanto Shulochana Evam Bruvane Vaikunte Bhrugustan Mandraya Gira Shri Shuka Vacha Evam Bruvane Vaikunte Tushna Mandraya Gira Nivrita Tasvitat Kunte Bhaktya Utkanto Shulochana Shri Shuka Vacha evam bruvani vaikunte Vigustan mandaragira Shri Shukavacha Sukadev Goswami said, Evam, in this way, Bruvane, having spoken, Vaikunte, Lord Vishnu, Bhrigu, Tat, his, Mandraya, solemn, Gira, by the words, Nivrittaha, delighted, Tarpitaha, gratified, Tushnim, was silent, Bhakti, with devotion, Utkantaha, overwhelmed, Ashruhu, tears, Lochanaha, in whose eyes. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Sukadev Goswami said, Bhrigu felt satisfied and delighted to hear the solemn words spoken by Lord Vaikunta. Overwhelmed with devotional ecstasy, he remained silent, his eyes brimming with tears. Purport. Bhrigu could not offer the Lord any words of praise because his throat was choking with tears of ecstasy. In the opinion of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, the sage could not be condemned for his offensive behavior, since his role in this transcendental pastime was arranged by the personality of Godhead. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurue Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsya Namahom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamine Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhuya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratuse Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Yadvaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ramo, Rama Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ramo, Rama Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, and today's verse, Sukadeva Goswami is describing the status of Bhrigu Muni. You all know, and those who are not very familiar with the verse which is going on today, Bhrigu Muni was selected to find out who is the most merciful personality. What a courage Bhrigu Muni had. He's not an ordinary person. To find out, and how did he do that? So it appeared it was a very offensive way of doing it. He went to Brahma, he went to Shiva, then finally he came to Vishnu. And he entered Vishnu's chamber when he was lying there on the lap of, his head was on the lap of Lakshmi. He just walked in and with his foot he hid chest of Lord Narayan. And how did Narayan respond? That was yesterday's verse. It is said that in some Bhagavatam, this which is not there here, it is said that the Lord, he started massaging. Oh, my heart is so hard. It must have hurt you. Your feet is so soft. So Bhrigu Muni was shocked, amused. I mean, he was silent. He was stunned. And the Lord is offering prayers to him that you are a Brahmana. Your feet has touched me. The water which has washed. That's what is the most purifying thing. Now my life is... Who is speaking this? The Supreme Lord is speaking. Now my heart is worth for Lakshmi to reside. Now Bhrigu, when he hears this, he can't speak. He can't say anything. You just imagine, if you get this type of a reciprocation when you really cause some harm to someone. He was overwhelmed, as it is said, he was overwhelmed with tears and throat choked. He was silent. And what type of a silence it was? Ecstasy, isn't it? This is not a silence what? How do we experience that? It's real joy. And he established here. That was his mission. And it's for the rest of eternity for everyone to know that how the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is it? Who is the merciful, forgiving. So the Lord is always forgiving. So many times this can happen when you are preaching. I think many times, oh, is he so forgiving? Then why is he allowing me to suffer here? Why is he not taking me back? The Lord is so forgiving. Why is he not forgiving me? Of course he is forgiving everyone. But then that forgiveness we experience to the degree we reciprocate. Ye yatamam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamya. We don't remember what offenses we have committed in our life. We don't remember. Some of them we may remember, we may regret. But there are so many we have done. But he is willing to forgive everything. So in English there is that saying that if we are not willing to forgive, now no relationship can survive without forgiveness. Now forgiveness is not so easy. It's very painful. Someone has hurt you. Even if you may have forgiven, it is very difficult to forget. Can you forget? So it is said that if we are not willing to forgive, it is like you are destroying a bridge which you need to cross over to be forgiven. So not forgiving is like destroying that link. And the Lord reciprocates accordingly. Now we remember that in Chaitanya Leela also there is something similar, but see how the Lord is forgiving. Lord Nityanand. Now Madhai, everyone knows Jagai and Madhai's story, no? Now Madhai, when he was transformed, he became a devotee, his heart melted. So he realized, he remembered. Many things he remembered, but one of them he could not, reconcile. What is happened is, my Lord, I hit you on your head. Please forgive me. So at least he came to the level where he was showing that. So the Lord said that, already forgiven. He was really begging. So he said, why are you asking me that? You are like my child, When the child kicks at the parents, sometimes passes stool, sometimes passes urine, does the parent, the father or a mother, it's already forgiven. Because there is love in that state. So coming back to this point again, why is the Lord allowing us to just remain here? The Lord is attracted only a soft heart. Unless our heart is very soft, we cannot attract His mercy. Unless we qualify ourselves, He is there available. Opportunity is there. But how much are we willing? Unless we become disgusted with all material sense enjoyment, there is no question about becoming very detached and taking shelter. So this is a process. It is not something which is going to happen very instantaneous. Extreme cases, it can happen. Very extreme cases. Like when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going in the forest, Jharkhand forest. Now he will kick the tiger and the tiger will get ecstasy. Instantaneous. Or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would go and embrace someone and immediately there is ecstasy, love of God, and he'll go to his village. So these are all extreme cases. All Gajendra, elephant. Immediately, he develops and he offers prayers to the Lord. So these cases are very extreme cases, but overall, otherwise, everyone has to come to that level. So Prabhupada gave a very simple, for that sake, just follow 4 regulatory principles. And when you follow 4 regulatory principles, immediately you are coming to the mode of goodness. And from goodness, when you start chanting, you transcend goodness. Now this is a very simple thing, right? In this age, Kali Yuga, to transcend, to come to that level, there is a very simple formula. But when that happens, then there is a question about, seeking forgiveness for what we have done. So in this verse, we just realize this pastime, it's so loving it is, between the Lord and His devotee. And not only that, the Lord also here is establishing from His side that how much He worships Brahmanas. Now some people by birth Brahman, they may say, see how the Lord is worshipping us. That means, or foolishly someone thinks that Brahmanas can go and kick the Lord. This is a transcendental pastime, transcendental. So when we say transcendental, where everything merges, there is no dualities. Everything is absolute. So materially things which may appear very contradictory or offensive, but that is not there at transcendental platform. Like here it is said, the Lord knew his intention. The Lord knew why Bhrigu has come here. And he wanted to reciprocate. Why? So it is Brahmanas not obviously just by birth. That consciousness, Prabhupada would say, it is Krishna consciousness. That is what makes us different, And what is the nature of this consciousness is 26 qualities of a person who is Krishna conscious. So in that pure state the Lord reciprocates. At transcendental level, for reciprocation, sometimes the devotee wants to behave in such a way that so that he receives his mercy. We know that pastime in Chaitanya Leela, Advaita Acharya. Now Advaita Acharya was a senior person. He was very respected Brahmana. And he was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Guru's god brother. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to worship him like Guru. So he would never allow him. Now Advaita Acharya is feeling, now this is at really a transcendental platform. He is thinking that when will he accept me as his servant? So he planned one day that to receive his mercy, I'll have to do something. So he started in public preaching impersonal philosophy. There is okay to do devotional service, but ultimately you become God. Or he would say that the God has no form, there is no eyes, there is no nose, there is no hands, there is no legs. He is formless. This type of preaching, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to know about this, that Advaita Acharya, how can he be talking like this? So he went there and he heard. And when Advaita Acharya saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he intensified his preaching. Because in his heart, his intention was just to see that he accepts me as his servant. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes and really bashes him. Really bashes. And that is the time he is in ecstasy. He's like, now you accepted me as my servant. So this is again at a transcendental level how the merciful nature of a devotee and the Lord is established. There is one more pastime where, again in Chaitanya Leela, like Sanatana Goswami, you all know that he was working for a Malicha king. So he was so humble that he thought, because I was working, so I lost I have become worse than, an untouchable person. This was his mood. So when he went to Vrindavan, first time he came to know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had already left. So he returned from there. On the way, when he was going to forest, he drank some contaminated water and he developed some skin disease. So his whole body was oozing with pus. And lot of difficulty he reached Jagannath Puri. And he went to Haridas Thakur. And he was inquiring about where is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. And when he saw Sanatana Goswami, he was so happy to see him. And Sanatana Goswami was feeling that, see the state of his body. So he was trying to keep a distance and he wanted to come and embrace him. So he said, no, don't touch me. You see. And what did the Lord say? I am embracing you for my purification. Now, it is said that it is not just following all the Vedic rituals and principles, being very staunch, reading all the scriptures, becoming a jnani, you develop love. Philosophy is just giving us some direction. Philosophy as such cannot take you to the destination. There is an effort needed. Like Chaitanya Charan Prabhu in somewhere he says that this world is a station, not destination. So it's not that you get distracted, get out on the platform and you forgot to catch the train. So there is a way where staying here, we qualify ourselves. So that time the Lord says to Sanatana Goswami, a person may be a very qualified Brahman, but he cannot liberate himself. So what to speak about others? But then someone who has taken birth in a low family, he may be a Chandala. But if he has surrendered, if he has love, he has that consciousness of that humility, that he is a servant. Just by seeing him, people can get purified. So what to speak about his own liberation? So this is how the Lord wanted to establish that also, that how a devotee is very dear. So in the name of practicing spiritual life, sometimes there is this confusion about, in the name of detachment rather, the sentiments which are there, which is emotions which are there, expressing is considered as illusion. Actually, emotions are something which is good. It is there, it is good. Because but Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, should not lament for the dead or alive. That's what he told Arjuna. Arjuna was speaking to Krishna about that why he should not fight the war. He was giving such logical reason. And Krishna had to tell him that you are a fool. And that you are lamenting for something which is, so you don't lament. So in that sense, okay, if that is it, then these feelings about, love among devotees, the name of detachment, the only result of that is hard-heartedness. It becomes very insensitive. And insensitive heart means hard heart, and the Lord is not attracted to that type of heart. I'm not talking about just sentiments. The whole philosophy, all the knowledge which is just meant to convince our intelligence that how much it is needed for us to soften our heart. How we deal to become very soft-hearted. Now that is really very important. Because love is beyond logic. It is beyond any rational things. But that is love. Real love. What we see here, it's beyond logic. So that's what exactly is the nature of the Lord, and He wants to reciprocate. But then, unless qualify, many times that thing comes up that, if Arjuna he had heard everything, then why is it that, when he lost his son, he started bitterly crying? He was crying. Now this, we need to understand that how does a devotee think. Now many times, even at material consciousness, if you cry, when a dear one dies, you cry. But now that crying, not necessarily spiritual. It is no doubt love, but not necessarily spiritual, because maybe now this person is not there, who will take care of me? Or maybe my sense gratification, maybe my insecurity, who is going to take care? So it is at one level. There's nothing wrong in that. But even advanced devotees, they also sometimes cry, even if for their parents who are lost, but the parents were not some Vaishnavas. Now they are also there, but their crying is in a different way. They see that my Lord, please, this soul, feeling that please lift up this soul wherever it is, in separation, crying out to the Lord to see the lift up. Now there is a difference in that. So he is seeing in context to Krishna. But then we see Prahlad. Now see the state of Prahlad's forgiveness. His father wanted to kill him, but he just remembered one thing, that his father showed affection to him. Now, he just remembered that my father showed affection to me, so he could not forget that affection. So when there was the right opportunity, you prayed to Nrsimhadev that, please, my father. So when a person becomes pure devotee, it is very natural that the Lord will give mercy. When we remember asking this question, Maharaj, my father, will he become a devotee? And His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj would say, first you become a devotee. Now, we used to think that, well, I'm a devotee. But then, now after so many years, you come to understand that what exactly it means to be a devotee. Devotee means he is very forgiving. He has no ill feelings. So when he becomes a devotee, because he becomes a devotee, the Lord loves him. Naturally attracts his love. And the Lord will shower mercy on whoever he loves. So it's very natural that because of some close proximity, there will be some relationship, family members. We don't say that, they are non-devotees or detachment. But just by becoming a devotee, they also get. So is it how important it is to become a pure devotee? So when you become a devotee, everything is solved rather than asking, how will he? You will give mercy. Please have mercy on him. You become devotee, everything will be covered. And of course we can see it like this also. When you become a devotee, your vision changes. You don't see others as non-devotees. They're all children of God, isn't it? Aham bija pradhapita, Krishna says, they're all my children. So he sees equally. So in that state, well, forgiveness can be a little easy. Because he's also children, he is also children. So the vision changes. So these are few things in this verse. I was just trying to say that how merciful is Lord, that aspect. This is what Prabhupada wanted. When in the beginning, when he wanted to establish his society, some of them said, Sir Prabhupada, Krishna people will not know who is Krishna. God consciousness. Prabhupada said, no God consciousness. Krishna consciousness. So Krishna is the one, that supreme personality, what you see here, the merciful nature. All forgiving. But that all forgiving is when you surrender. Sarva dharma parityajya. You said, you don't fear about all the sinful things you have done. You just surrender and I will take away all the sinful reactions. This is the hopes he is giving. But unless you surrender, he is not going to interfere. Because everyone has his own freedom. You do it. Unless you completely turn over, offer your life, the Lord will reciprocate. Otherwise, you cannot forget that this soul has got a long history. We don't know what things you have done. Some of them we remember. But if we have to receive forgiveness from the Lord for everything, it's only when heart and soul. So this is the nature of the Lord. The Lord is very forgiving, very forgiving, forgiving. This nature is what should inspire us to develop that relationship. The Lord is so kind that many times, of course, He gives opportunity. Many times everything belongs to Him, but sometimes He comes and requests what belongs to Him. That is also state of forgiveness. When He went to meet Duryodhan as a peace messenger, didn't He ask him, actually everything belongs to him, at least give them 5 villages. Now everything belongs to him. But he's requesting, sometimes he comes and makes a request, at least give that. And Duryodhan was not willing to give that. See the state, he is not willing to give that. At the same time we hear that, and Ramayana, Lord Ramchandra is saying, when Vibhishan came, there were so many opinions about that he's a spy, he should be killed. And Hanuman is the one who said, no, I have seen him when I was in Lanka. His face says that, he has come to take shelter of you. That time Lord Ram says, what do you think? Even if Ravan comes today, provided he comes with his heart open, seeking that feeling of regret, guilt, my Lord, please forgive me. So this forgiveness is not something very superficial. right from the heart, seeking forgiveness, the Lord immediately, isn't it? Many times we hear, not say once, my Lord, I belong to you. If it has to come from the heart has to be so soft. So Prabhupada also would remember in his own life that how this spiritual emotion of chastisement, when you chastise, chastisement from higher authorities, many times it is for our rectification. In our Grahastha seminar, we have relationship between Grahasthas and the people who are in the renounce order. So it is Grahasthas, it is told that even a chastisement come, think it is Krishna speaking through them for your rectification. It is, how can he speak like this? This is ashram. There is a higher ashram and a lower ashram. So he is speaking for your rectification. It is not that you challenge. Because Krishna is speaking. So Prabhupada himself, he remembers in his own that how this chastisement, like in the first time when he met Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, it was one sense a chastisement, When he started arguing, Prabhupada said, how, this world, India is not liberated, British, and we have to fight, this is the right thing. And how Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, governments can keep on changing. What you really need is this consciousness, Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada still remembers, and his I was defeated. And instead of defeat, he is in ecstasy. So that chastisement is in ecstasy because it was out of love, correction. Even Prabhupada's disciples, even today, after 40 years, there are such harsh words Prabhupada has spoken to them. You rascal. And they just remember that Prabhupada told me, you rascal, and they have tears in their eyes. So how is this? What type of chastisement is this? Because to correct. So Guru is sometimes like soft like a rose and hard like a thunderbolt. And as a thunderbolt, it is only for rectification. But the absolute state is only love, compassion, kindness. So externally at a lower consciousness may not understand. So this is the opportunity what Prabhupada has left behind for all of us here. That how just following 4 regulative principles to begin with, very simple. And then chanting, you are lifting up your consciousness higher and higher. The degree it goes higher, to that degree we attract mercy. Even research nowadays they have found out. This is a research. This is not some Vaishnava Acharya saying. There are research going on. They have found out some research that how mode of goodness a person stays longer. His lifespan is increased. Now these are health experts speaking about it. Health research. There are books written by Oxford University. They did a research that all different ethnic groups, different faith, but whoever are living a life as per the principles of their faith and religion, they are very healthy because there is no drug addiction in them, there is no crime, there is no divorce rate, less compared to overall. So mode of goodness is the one which is very attractive to the soul. It is also peaceful. So in all level in the society, whatever activities are going on, many times in medical profession this is spoken about ethics. Medical profession has become unethical. But if you are in the mode of goodness, ethics is just a byproduct. So that is real healthy condition. You don't have to work out on how to be ethical. So this consciousness has to be lifted, and this is the process Prabhupada has left behind. So we all have an opportunity to follow this and become happy. So many times, sometimes we see very interesting quotes. I just a few days back I saw outside. Now this quote says that love is not gazing at each other's eyes. Love is seeing in the same direction together. How does it sound? So in all relationship, Love is not that we like each other. Are we together in looking at the same direction? Now you know what is the same direction. Lifting your consciousness up. This place, whatever you do, it is not a safe place. Only thing what you can do is transcend this place. That's the only thing you can do. There is one more very interesting, same place. Sometimes you read it. Now this quote says that when you look ahead, it's very scary. When you look behind, it hurts. So you look above. Look above means take shelter of the Lord. Everyone in their life have this experience. Look behind, hurt, can't forgive, can't forget, and uncertainties of life. What is going to happen? So where do we look? In which direction? Look up. Right? So these things are very much inspiring. So Bhrigu Muni is establishing here in this verse and in the few next verses that was his mission, that Narayan or Vishnu or Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, everything is coming from Him. Forgiveness is also from Him. So as we part and parcel, we also have the innate capacity to forgive. But the degree we are pure, to that degree forgiveness becomes easy. That degree we are identifying ourselves with this body, which we are, in this state of consciousness. So these feelings of hurt or hatred or envy or any types anger, these feelings are, to that degree we are. So this process is meant to liberate us from this bodily concept and give us an experience of what is true love, which we all are searching, craving. I don't know whether Prabhupada said this, very nice analogy. Prabhupada, I think, said that one person under the lamp post, he was searching for some time under the lamp post. So someone asked him, what are you doing? Although I am searching, I lost my keys, I am searching. But where did you lose it? Oh, I lost it there in the darkness. So why are you searching here? Because there is light here. What will you call that person? Foolishness. Just because it is light here. So similarly, in this world, we find a lot of attractive things. Isn't it? The glitter, the glamour, the chamak dhamak of, when you get out of this, immediately you will be bombarded with, are you going to find there? This is the wrong place. Obviously in the darkness you need a light, torch, and that is what is Srimad Bhagavatam and all the acharyas and the association of devotees. They are going to help us find out in the darkness. And that is real thing what we have lost. That is love. And once we find love for Krishna, then it is very natural that our relationship with each and every one will improve. This is what is the world talking about, no? Humanity. How can there be love, unity in humanity without Krishna consciousness? So this is the mystery. This is a mystery. It's a secret. Anyone can do it, follow it and make his life perfect. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much.